Some close calls. Those are the things where totally unplanned for. We can be as safe as we can. We can take as many precautions and setup and staging of people and resources. But I remember a fire on the Yuba River. I was on the Sierra Hotshots, where my assistant Chuck Berner and we were at the bottom of a fire that burned in an oblong shape from the river bottom up. But we were working the night shift, and when the sun just started coming up, we gave out, the assignments where Chuck, take the crew, you work that area, just make sure that we secure that buffer. I'll work the crew on this area, and we'll be okay. All right, ready? We set? Okay, we got our stuff together, great. And as he turned around and as he walked away, I heard a boom, 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 and I looked up, and I could hear people yelling, rock, rock, rock. And I saw a boulder come out. That was tall as Chuck, 6 foot tall. But I remember the boulder came and it was coming straight for Chuck, and it was like, Chuck, watch out! And he got out of the way just in time, in the nick of time. And I remember how frightened, and I was just kind of in shock about how close it was to killing my friend. And it would have devastated him. And we heard it finally hit in the bottom of the river. A tremendous crash. That was a close call. I mean, who would have thought of that? Another time when I was on the Klamath in '87, where I was doing some burning out of our line, where I stuck a fusee underneath some dry fuel to torch that off. And as I did that, something hit the fusee that just shattered it, and it came and jumped right at my face. I thought it was a raccoon. It was like a basketball-shaped type of thing, but it was a rock, and it would have bashed me in the face if I hadn't moved in time. That was one that stays in my mind. The other one was where we were on a fire up by the Yosemite National Park in the Wawona area, up by the redwoods. And again, we were working another fire where there's a huge stag in the middle that was weaving like a drunk man. And it was huge, 200 feet plus. And it was a night shift. And all eyes were on that. And, we made sure that we had adequate distance. In case it did come over, we'd still have adequate distance to escape. Well, my job was to patrol that area. And I remember in the middle of the night, I was looking at that top of that tree, keeping an eye on it and noticing that, now this is different. It's coming right at me. And I turned and I ran, literally for my life. And I remember that when it hit, pieces of wood hit my heel. So I was, but we had planned right, and nobody got hurt. I was able to use my agility and speed to get out of the way in time, but that's another close call. And gosh, I had many. I guess it kind of goes with the territory, though, And did we talk about it all the time? We always had critiques, debriefings after every fire, and we encouraged people to talk about, what did we just experience? How did we all feel? And what could we do to prevent this next time? And it was that type of routine tailgate critique that made us all better. And that still occurs, I hear from a lot of people. I'm happy to hear that.